Right, so we're going to have a look at the LCMs and HCFs. Long version of this is the lowest common multiple of two numbers and the highest common factor of two numbers. Right, the easiest way I've found to show people how to do this is to use something called a Venn diagram. Now, a Venn diagram is two overlapping circles. Okay, make sure your circles overlap so that you've got plenty of space in the middle. Right, from the previous video we were looking at finding the prime factors of 60 and 24. We did that and we found that 60 was 2 squared times by 3 times by 5, and that 24 was 2 cubed times 3. Now, for the purpose of this, I'm going to write these out in the longhand version. Okay, so this is 2 times 2 times 3 times 5, and this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Now, in your Venn diagram, what you do is you assign each circle one of the numbers. Okay, all the factors of 60, all the prime factors of 60 will have to go in that circle, and all the prime factors of 24 will have to go in that circle. Whenever you've got a prime factor that's in both, so for example here we've got a 2 in both, that can go in between the circles, and it only has to go in between circles once because then it appears in both circles. Okay, so for example, if I start off, I've got a 2 in each of them, so I'm going to place a 2 there. That means that there's a prime factor of 2 in both of those circles. There's also a second 2 in both the numbers, so I put a second 2 in there. Now, I can't put the third 2 in there because 60 doesn't have a third prime factor of 2. So, when it comes to the third 2, that one has to go into this 24 circle, but outside of the 60 circle. Then I'm looking at the 3. Now there's a 3 in both, so again now I can go back to sharing the 3, if you like, between the two numbers. Last thing to look at is the 5. 60 has a factor of 5, but 24 doesn't. So I put the factor of 5 in the 60 circle, where it would not also be in the 24 circle. At that point, I've assigned all my factors in those circles. If I were to now cover the 60 circle, you would see that the 24 circle contains all the numbers which when you multiply up will give you 24. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 will give you 24. If I do it vice versa with the covering the 24 circle, obviously excluding bits which are in the 60 circle as well, you'll see that the 60 circle now contains all the factors that multiply up to give you 60. So 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Okay, then your highest common factor is going to be made up of all the common factors multiplied together. So in this case it's going to be 2 times 2 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So the highest common factor of 60 and 24 is going to be 12. That means that the highest number that divides both 60 and 24 is 12, given by where these circles overlap. The lowest common multiple then is a number which has at least all the factors that both of these numbers have. Okay, which means you include every single number in the two circles. Now the quickest way to do this is to say that all those factors there multiply up to give you 24, and then if you wanted to multiply them by whatever's left, it would just be 5 lots of 24. So in this case you've got your LCM equals, well, the longhand version is it's 5 times 2 times 2 times 3 times by 2, or the simplified version, thinking of it, is it's 5 lots of 24. Okay, and when you multiply 5 by 24, you get 5 lots of 20, which is 100, 5 lots of 4, which is 20, so that's going to give you 120. So your lowest common multiple of 60 and 24, the first number that both 60 and 24 go into is going to be 120, and the largest number that can divide both 16 and 24 is going to be 12.